I'm sorry, darling, but I just can't get on that train with you.
I don't understand. You can't.
I can, and I have to. You're getting on the train and going to your parents' house. And frankly, I just don't like them.
But I don't want to get on the train. It smells.
It smells just fine.
But what about us?
We'll always have Omaha. We got lost in that corn maze together. Don't you remember?
You fed me corn for 3 days before the search party found us. Of course I remember.
Now. Here's looking at you, kid.
What's looking at me?
Here.
Where?
Never mind.
But I don't even have a ticket.
So today we're going to be giving away 5 free film grain overlays, and we're going to give them to you for free. You don't have to pay anything for them. Put your wallet away. These are completely free. These film grain overlays are actually captured completely organically too. They are captured from an actual film camera rolling actual film stock, such as 8mm, 35mm, 16mm. If you're interested in getting more film grains, head on over to ROCKETSTOCK.com, where they have a pack called EMULSION, which is filled with all different kinds of film grains available to you at a really high quality. But today we're going to be talking about the 5 free film grain overlays that we are giving you today that you can download right now in the description below. So if you've never used film grain overlays, you may be wondering, why would someone use film grain overlays on digital footage? Think of film grain kind of compared to the sound quality of a vinyl record. A lot of people still listen to vinyl records because the scratches and hums and static kind of fills in the gaps of the music, and film grain kind of does the same thing. It really kind of condenses everything that's in a frame together, and it's one of those things that, like, you know, it used to always be that way. Everything used to be shot on film, so we kind of just came adjusted to that. You know, a lot of people are always trying to find the film look, and film grain is one of those things that gives something the film look. You can also use film grains to create that old school film look, like we did at the beginning of this video with our Casablanca spoof. So today I'm going to be showing you how to use these 5 free film grains in Premiere, Final Cut, and After Effects. So let's get started. So here we have our footage from our Casablanca spoof. It's all adjusted already. We have our LUT on top, and we have our background. It's all green screened, so if you believe that this was a real location, then God bless you. We're probably going to go for a coarser grain on this one, just because it is older film, so these older films have a little bit more coarse action to them. So let's put it in. I'm going to toss in a 16mm coarse grain, and it's just going to be sitting right on top. So we're going to go to effect controls, and we're going to affect the blend mode. So here we're going to go to overlay, and it's going to blend straight into the footage. Sometimes it's going to be a little too harsh, so I like to take it down to about like 47. We'll see how that is. It's still 63. So I like 63. We get that staticky warm feeling to it. It's really, I mean, it's that simple. Like, it's pretty easy. So for this, like we did at the beginning, we added a bit of distortion scratches that kind of emulates the worn film over the years. So we're gonna put that on top. Take the distortion scratches and lay it on top, and we're gonna do the same thing. Blend mode, overlay, and we're gonna take it down to about I'd say 35. It doesn't have to be too harsh. If it's too harsh, it's actually gonna affect the lighting since it is a white background. So we are gonna take it to about 34, and it's gonna give it those pops and scratches. It's gonna give it that old 1940s film look. All right, let's head over to Final Cut, and I'll show you how to do it there as well. So all you're gonna do for Final Cut is just import your grains and have them, here I have my 16mm coarse grain and my distortion 16mm, and you're just going to drag them on top of your layers after you've got your layers situated. Then go up top to the right and go to overlay, just like Premiere, and it's just going to do the same thing. Footage size is a little too large, set it to overlay, scale it up, and then you've got the grain you've been looking for all your life. I got the grain I was looking for. I got the grain I was looking for. There's no song in human history that has that melody. Now, another use of film grain that people don't think about is actually using them on motion graphics. Now, sometimes when you create a motion graphic, it can be really harsh and really bright, and things just don't seem connected in a sense. So film grain can be used, like a really fine film grain can be laid over a motion graphic to make it look connected and a little bit more warm. So we're gonna go into After Effects and throw some film grain on top of a motion graphic and see what it looks like. Here we have a simple animation. It's just Shutterstock popping out from under a line, pretty simple. But sometimes these gradient backgrounds, they can get banding whenever they are exported. So I like to just kind of really stick everything together with a little bit of film grain. So we're gonna go up to our 35mm ultra fine grain that we've imported, and we're gonna do a cool little thing that loops it. So go to Interpret Footage Main, and down here in Other Options, you have the option to loop it. I'm gonna go to loop 22 times. So instead of having to copy it and paste it all the way down your timeline, you can just drag it in on top of everything and it will just stretch out completely. So here, all you need to do for overlay is just go to the overlay button. It's just on mode right here. It's simple enough. And we'll go into the settings here. Let's see, transform, and we'll take down the opacity just to, like, you know, 40 or yeah, just about 40. It doesn't have to be too harsh. So now everything's gonna kind of come together. It's gonna be a little bit more warm compared to the old. So let's compare the two. So this is without grain and this is with grain. Now it's not that big of a difference, but it does just tweak it just enough to make it look really cool and feel like it's not too much of a motion graphic in the sense of it's just, you know, digital colors. The natural film grain kind of collects it into one central piece. Well, that's all I got for you on this, so feel free to download all those 5 free film grains. That's a tongue twister. Down in the description below, follow along to the links and you'll find your treasure in paradise of film grains. So take those, follow these tutorials to see how you could get it to work in your NLE, and hopefully it makes you look really cool and James Deanish. So best of luck, and thanks for watching, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.